Hey everybody, what's going on? This week on One Tool a Week Guy, we're going to be taking a look at how to clean our work boots. We're going to be going from these work boots, which are my Ariots, and we're going to be transforming them into these nice and clean boots, ready to start off the Monday or the week right. So with that being said, guys, come on, let's get started and start this video. Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another video of One Tool a Week Guy. If you're new to the channel, we take a look at tools every week. So if you love tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So what is it that we're going to be taking a look at this week? Well, it's going to be a little bit different, guys. I have had my Ariat boots for quite a while. As you can tell, this is pretty much how long or the damage that they've taken on. It's not too bad. They're still in great working condition. I think the only flaw I have seen is that one of these areas right here seems to be peeling off. Let me go ahead and zoom in right there, and as you can tell, it's just a little bit right there. But besides that, they've been great work boots. I love them. They're comfortable and really well, but it is time to clean them, and we're gonna get started with that. That's what this video is going to be about, cleaning our work boots. Now, keep in mind, everybody's style is different. I am not a professional shoe cleaner. This is just the way that I clean my work boots. So the first item that we're going to need is going to be 2 containers right here. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of containers you have. I use 2. It's pretty much like a car washing method. I use the two bucket method, but in this case it's a 2 container method. One's gonna clean your brush and the other one's just gonna make sure it's clean, just in case you have different soaps or anything like that mixing on them. So that's gonna be one item that you're gonna have. Let's place this to the side. The next item is going to be this right here. It's going to be the Chemical Guys detail brush. This is the brush that I use. I go ahead and use it to disperse the soap or the saddle soap, which you're gonna see, and get it all around the boots. That way they get inside those crevices all over the leather. So this is gonna be another item that I use. Now, the next item is going to be these items right here, which are the Rejuvenator brushes right here. It's going to be the soft brush and the stiff brush. The stiff brush, we're going to use it to clean the rubber soles underneath it and everything, and the soft brush is also going to help disperse the leather and keep that leather nice and clean. You don't want to use the hard brush on the leather just because you end up scraping it, maybe tearing it. Definitely not recommended, but definitely go with the soft brush. Now, this all came in a kit, and that kit was a great kit. I went ahead and picked it up. I'll leave the links below for everything, that way you could see. Now, if you haven't heard of Rejuvenators, they do have a brand. It's mostly for sneakers, so if you're a shoe guy and you love to keep your shoes nice and clean, I would definitely recommend taking a look at the Rejuvenator brand right there. Also, I like to use these right here. These are going to be the Rejuvenators plastic adjustable sneaker shoe trees right here. That way your leather could stretch out and take its form to the way it was. I'm sure you're in your boots, sometimes you're bending or whatsoever. The creases right here, they tend to crease after a while, and whenever you're gonna put that leather or that conditioner on it, and go ahead and spreads it out and puts that leather back to original form, and I'll show you out in a little bit. So this is another item that I go ahead and use for it. Some rubber gloves, guys. I definitely recommend switching over to rubber gloves. I know I have my gloves that I always use for my videos, but these are going to absorb water or anything that's going to go through it. I definitely recommend getting some rubber gloves for this process, or if you happen to have some just around your house, which I have a ton of them all around, I definitely recommend using rubber gloves on it. For the rest of the video, we'll have the rubber gloves on there. Then you're gonna need some saddle soap right here. I end up using some saddle soap, that way I could take off all the oils and minerals on it. Some people don't like using saddle soap. That's all a preference. Yes, it is going to get rid of the minerals on the leather already, which people advise not to, but again, this is just my process and how I go ahead and clean my work boots. If this is gonna remove a bunch of oils, I'm in industrial work, industrial water, anything like that gets in your boots, it's gonna help remove those oils, and then after that, replenish those oils. Of course, you're going to need to replenish them. I like to use the Beak 4 leather conditioner right here. Start off with this, and then after that, you go ahead and spread it all around the boots, and I'll go ahead and show ya for that. And last but not least, on top of the oil, I like to put this baby right here, the conditioner oil. Now, there used to be a mink oil. I haven't seen it in a while. Red Wings also sell mink oil, and this is also a great protective product. Let me go ahead and zoom in. It's going to help waterproof your boots too. Of course, the Ariats are already waterproof to begin with, but it's just going to give it an extra little layer. That way, water doesn't enter them. So there you have it, guys. This is going to be all the items that we're going to go ahead and use for cleaning our work boots, and let's get started with this process. Okay guys, the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and place my Rejuvenate trees right there, which as you can see I have another pair. Let me go ahead and zoom in. If you can't tell, I already have a pair in there on both of them, so it's already holding the boots nice and stiff. That way it doesn't lose its form, or the leather doesn't lose its form right there. Now let me go ahead and move these and zoom back out right there. And the first thing that we're going to do is grab our soft brush, and we're gonna grab our saddle soap right here and open it up. And then after that, we're gonna drop it in the warm water. We're gonna go ahead and just rub it right there, and you're gonna catch some. And then after that, you're just gonna rub it all over the leather section. As you can see, it's already dirty. All the minerals are coming off, and you can just see all the dirtiness just coming off the boot. Another reason I like to wear my rubber gloves is just so all this dirtiness, who knows where the boots have been, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I go to some crazy areas, and believe me, you don't want to be touching your boots sometimes. Now, the reason I have the 2-bucket method is, one, I go ahead and drop it into one of them, and you could see all that water just turn nice and brown. And then I go ahead and drop it on the next one, which stays nice and clean. Drop it back on my saddle soap, and then just keep going at it. Just keep rubbing them all around. You're gonna go ahead and rub it. Another thing that I forgot to mention, guys, you're going to need a microfiber towels. So one of them is gonna clean them up, and we'll take a look at it right now. So let me go ahead and drop this right there, and as you can tell, it is already looking way different. Let's go ahead and move this. I would strongly recommend having 2 microfiber towels. That way one catches all the dirtiness, and as you can see right there, it's just all coming off from the boot, all the minerals and oils, which is a good thing. For some people, for other people, they claim to say it's a bad thing, but it's all preference, however you want to approach it. Now, I go ahead and do it one more time just to make sure, and on the second time, I like to use my stiff brush at the bottom sole. Now we grab our brush over here, dip it in the water, and just hit the rubber sole. I really don't do the bottom, guys, just because no one's ever gonna look at the bottom. But it's just preference. Alrighty, guys, this made a huge difference, as you can see right there, compared to the other boots. Cleaned it up very nice. Let me go ahead and see if we could zoom into it. Look at that difference. It is nice and clean compared to the other one right there. Let me see if we could get it. A comparison, and that's just from saddle soap right there. So let's go ahead and do the other boot. And of course, also we ended up cleaning the rubber on the sides. That way they look nice and clean. I really don't do the top either, guys, just because your jeans are usually covering this area. It hardly gets dirty. That's why I like to wear my jeans covering my boot, just so they don't get as dirty as it is. I really don't care what happens to the jeans. My work boots, it's whatever I use. It's what I use every day, and these are the ones that pretty much make the money for me. So if you're good on your feet, you're probably good at your job. So that's going to be a nice helpful tip. There we have it, guys. That's going to be the boots right there. They came out nice and clean. The saddle soap went ahead and removed all the minerals. And if you could see over here, the 2 little buckets that I have, one's clear, the other one's just super dark from all the dirt and everything that was coming out and all the oils. The next step that I go ahead and do, I let the boots dry up. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and condition it. So let's give it some time and let them dry up. All right, guys, and there you have it. It went ahead and dried up, guys. As you can tell, the saddle soap went ahead and did its job. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It got rid of all the oils and minerals and any dirt or debris in there. But you're going to notice that they are white pale because there's no more color to it, or the minerals got absorbed from the saddle soap. We got to replenish those minerals and go ahead and give the leather its softness back instead of having them stiff. You don't want to have them stiff, guys. Also, another thing that I had picked up is that you're not supposed to have them in water leather. Water dehydrates them and takes away minerals. So if you're in water a lot, guys, or use your boots in water, go ahead and replenish the minerals every now and then. Now, keep in mind, guys, I have my work boots for about 4 months now. So like I said, this is the nice little review. So the next thing that you're going to go ahead and need is, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit, is you could get rid of already. You're done with your 2 container method and also your saddle soap. You're going to be done with it and you're going to be able to move it out the way. Now, the next thing is you got to hydrate your boots, and you're going to need another microfiber. I recommend you having another one just so you don't have cross-contamination from the dirt or the saddle soap. And of course, we're going to use our Beak 4 leather conditioner. Now you're going to go ahead and shake it pretty good, and then you're just going to spread it all around your boots. You could do it with your hand. That's why I wear gloves. As you can see, it's already turning different color. And just massage it on there. I like to have the rubber gloves just because it stays on the gloves and you're able to spread it out just a whole lot easier. Now, that's where the microfiber cloth is going to come in. You're going to pour some a little bit on there, and you're just going to spread it on there with the microfiber cloth all over the boot, just because you're just trying to rehydrate everything on there. Now, keep in mind, guys, that every conditioner or leather conditioner is going to be different colors. Don't just grab any conditioner. Test out a little area, because for all you know, you're going to darken it more than you want to, or you're going to make it lighter more than you want to. So keep in mind, test it out. I already know what color this gives me, just so I'm comfortable with it and using it on my leather boots. Take a look at that from that right there. Let me see if we could zoom in a tad bit. Let's get this camera nice in. Look at that, guys. So you can see the difference on the color, where this is whiter and this is just turning a tad bit darker. In a little bit, we're going to go ahead and place some conditioning oil, some more conditioning oil, and we're going to use the kiwi conditioning oil. That way it gives it an extra layer of waterproof. But for now, we're going to keep on rubbing this Beak Leather number 4 oil. Now, why do you want to condition your boots, guys? Well, like I said, the conditioning is going to make the leather nice and soft, and it's going to be able to stretch. Now, if it's going to be dried up, more than likely you're going to crack your leather, and it's going to be more brittle and more prone to damage on that. Now, if you keep it nice and conditioned, like I said, it's going to keep that leather nice and soft, and also it's going to be more comfortable on your boot, or on your foot. So this is the first conditioner right there, guys. We're going to go ahead and let them dry a tad bit more, and then we're going to continue on for the next conditioner. Hey guys, this is going to be the result right here after conditioning them with Beak 4 oil or conditioner, and it's going to be a nice dark color for the leather. As you could see, it's no longer pale white. There is a little bit, but of course it has moisture back on it, and of course it softens up the leather a good amount. Now I do one more step, guys, and a lot of people don't do this step, or they just put one of the conditioners instead of the other. I like to put both conditioners just because I like the way the Beak 4 makes the leather feel and just nice and soft for your feet and walking. Now this next step that I go ahead and do is going to be this conditioner right here, which is the kiwi conditioner. Of course, back in the day it used to be called the mink oil, and we're gonna go ahead and layer it up right here and place some conditioner on there. Let's go ahead and open it up, and of course this is why I like to wear gloves. I just go ahead and grab it right there on the gloves, and then you're just going to go ahead and rub it on there. Now, as you can tell, it's giving it a nice polished look to it, which is going to give it that longevity last of the leather, polishing it up. Now, of course, my boots have been or have been used for about 4 months, which isn't that long, but I'm loving them so far. And just take care of your, it's just like a tool. You got to take care of it and oil it up every now and then. That way it lasts you longer than what manufacturer expects it to last. Just massage everything inside of the leather. That way you get every crevice on there. Now let's go ahead and jump on to the next one. After you're done massaging it, you can see that it's a nice, shiny, darker boot, because you went ahead and you massaged everything in there. Now, keep in mind, you do have to let them sit and dry up. Keep them in the sun, or if you have a fan or something, you go ahead and turn on that fan and let them dry up. Let's go ahead and let them dry up, and then on the next clip, we're going to go ahead and see the final results of the item. Alright guys, this is going to be the final product right here. I hope you stuck around to the video, and this is it right there. As you can see, it's a nice, clean work boot that you're able to show off on a Monday, or if you have a very important meeting or first impression, this is going to be a nice. Also, you got to keep your work boots clean, that way presentable, and also it's going to protect your boots and the longevity. So as always guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and also how do you clean your work boots? Let me know in the comments below as well. And thank you all for the support, and thanks for watching. One tool a week guys.